So welcome everyone, Mr. Bob here, and today we are going to talk about my tier list of how many of these characters I have fought against ever since the launch date of Tekken 8. So we're going to start off again from ranked matches to casual matches. I hardly did Tekken Ball or Tekken Lounge, but I've been playing Tekken 8 for almost 170 hours, and I have over 1,000 battles, and it's been a lot of fun playing Tekken 8, but over close to 3 months now, I'm basically going to talk about how many of these characters I have fought against ever since the launch of Tekken 8. I do have my opinions and details when it comes to all these characters, but I'm just going to do it real quick just to show you guys that this is my list. Of course, everybody's going to have their own list, and if you want to share that, leave it down in the comments below. But of course, I barely made it to red rank. I'm trying to get Eddie right now close to purple rank, which I'm very close to it. But this is like the average play when it comes to, like myself, I'm mostly a casual, but I decided, you know what, I want to take the online world and try to get better with Tekken 8 because I never done that before. And overall, I have a lot of fun with Tekken 8, just trying to learn, try to get better with my characters and everything. But I would say the online experience has been awesome. But first, we're going to get started right now real quick with Eddie because, of course, he is a DLC character. And for him, for me personally, when I'm fighting, and of course going all the way from beginner all the way to my latest rank, I will say he's average. Like, you do see him quite often, but mostly depending on you guys, of course, because you might be playing all these other characters and you find Eddie all the time. But I will say for average, Eddie is up there for me. Like, of course, in the beginner ranks and everything, yeah, you do see a lot of Eddies. But once I got to the higher ranks, that's where Eddie started to slow down a little bit. So once again, I would say Eddie is average. But again, I'm going to go real quick for all these characters as you can see here. So, and then we could talk about everything else that we can talk about for all of these characters for online. And again, I'm only going to consider rank and casuals like together. So real quick, with Jack 8, hardly see Jack 8. Jin, we're going to go with all time. You see a lot of Jins, mostly a lot in rank. June, unfortunately, I'll say a good amount. Like, you see her quite often, but not like most of the top, I will say, popular characters. But I still feel like she is a very good character, but it's unfortunate, like, you don't see very much Junes in online of Tekken 8. Kazuya, I could put him all time, but I think he's average. Like, I don't see a lot of people play him very much, but he's average. King, all time. Lars, very interesting. He's starting to get popular in it right now, but I would say he's like average. Unfortunately for Law, only see him once in a while. I think he's a very good character. He's fun, especially with some nunchucks, but I think it's only once in a while. Same thing with Paul, with my experience, only from my online experience. He's like the same thing with Law. Like, it's just once in a while. Nina, sadly, she's the first character I got to red rank, and I hardly see a lot of Ninas. Like, hardly. Which is very unfortunate. It breaks my heart. But with Xiao Yu, I'll say she's a good amount over June. I think there's a lot of good Xiao Yus out there. I could put her in average, but I still feel like not a lot of people play her. That's how I have a feeling. But again, from rank and casuals together, I'll say she's a good amount. Asuka, sadly for Asuka, very low on the list. Leroy, same thing. I feel sorry for Leroy, but unfortunately, I have seen Leroy, so I'll put him close to Jax. Lily, she has been very popular recently, so I think I could put Lily right here on top with average. And probably right now I could adjust the list right here in just a bit. Horong is the same thing. I think he is top, like maybe second place right here. Claudio, I think Claudio is like another character. I think it's once in a while you do see him. I think I do see him quite a good amount, but I still feel like he's just one of those characters that it's just, he's there, but it's like he's hiding. Let's see, Azucena. We could talk about Azucena. Like, she was very popular in the beginning, but I think she's now like between Horong and Kazuya right here, where she is popular, but I think maybe the nerfs that she had, I think people stopped playing her. Raven, unfortunately for Raven, my dude. I would say once in a while. Yeah, like he's almost close to hardly an ever because people never picked him up, but he's there. But we'll talk about it in just a bit. Dragunov, yes, all time Dragunov. Kuma, I would say he's right here like once in a while. Like you do see him like in and out sometimes, but that's it. That's from my experience. Leo, I think Leo is a good amount. Like I do see a couple Leos online, but once again, just a good amount. So I do need to learn from him very much, of course. Shaheen, sorry, my dude. You are hardly played. That's my guess right now. Like there's not a lot of people playing him. Steve, very interesting with Steve. He has been popular. He's getting really popular. And I think he's right here in average. Like I have fought a couple of Steves already. Yoshimitsu, he's kind of the same thing. I think he's maybe top 3 average. I want to say all time because again, Yoshimitsu is a very interesting character. He's a lot of fun to play and see him play and everything, but I think I don't see a lot of people playing him. Fang, again, I think he's a good amount. I think, yeah, like right here in second place. I think June, it's there, like she is there, but unfortunately not a lot of people play her because of course Asuka's there, but once again, we already know that June is going to be more popular, but I still feel like Fang, he is a good amount you will find him, but again, that's just my experience. Now for Panda, unfortunately for Panda, it's like Kuma, and I think I will put Panda right here between Leroy and Nina, because I hardly see pandas very much, like hardly see pandas. Eliza, very interesting. I think I'll say once in a while you'll find her. Like even if I play lower ranks, you do see her quite often, but again, just once in a while. Devil Jin, I will say all time. I think he's below all time. Like I do see a lot of Devil Jins over the past few months already, but I still feel like he's up there. And Lee, I think Lee is kind of like maybe once in a while between Eliza, like right here. Like he's a very hard character, of course, but I feel like, you know, we love him very much, but unfortunately I don't see very much Lee's. Like it's only once in a while I will find him. Now Safina, down here with Shaheen, very unfortunate. Like maybe once in a while you might find her, but for me personally, nothing. I never find Safina at all in the game. Victor, man, he was very popular in the very beginning, of course, but now he has dropped down a little bit. But even throughout the course, I feel like he's like between here. Maybe a little bit more higher than June. Because again, I think these two, Azucena and Victor, were very close with each other. But I think Victor players, there's not a lot of them very much when it comes to online. But again, I think he is very fun as a character, even though he's very basic, but he is pretty good. Brian, man, I had to put Brian like top average or right here all time. Like I see him a lot in rank, which is pretty interesting. Like I think he's a little bit more difficult to play, but he's pretty good. I would say he's a very fun character to see. And then finally, Reina, we'll put it all time. And the reason why I put it all time because yes, she is a popular character, but I've seen a lot of Reinas. Like even if it's just one time, 2 times, then I take a break and then I come back. Another Reina's there. You know, she's been there like over the course of the few months I have been playing this game. But I think once again, like if I try to go back right here in this whole entire section, I still feel like it's very hard. I feel like some of these guys right here should be on top. I know, but again, this is my list, my experience with online when it comes to rank and casuals. I still feel like, I think I should move one person up, but it's very unfortunate that, like, let's start off from the beginning. Of course, Jin is very popular. I still feel like between these two, like King and Jin, it's so hard. Like, I do see a lot of Kings more than Jin, but I still feel like there's Jins out there that maybe I just, depending on a specific time, he might be there. But I think Jin is out there, like all time he is. King, yeah, there's a lot of Kings. Dragunov, I feel like he's going down a little bit, but I still feel like he's there all the time, no matter what, when it comes to online. Same thing with Deviljin and Reina. I think these two are kind of like with each other, like they're there, like almost average, but you will see quite often, like when it comes to rank and also casuals. Now for average, I think this is a pretty good list right here as well. I still feel like maybe Lily should be a little bit more higher because she has been very popular. Maybe I could move her. Yeah, let's move her right here with Yoshimitsu. Because I still think like for the rest of these characters, yeah, Eddie is up there because of course he's a DLC character. People are gonna play him no matter what. But even for Azucena, like I feel like she could be higher. But once again, I think maybe because of her nerf, and even though she's still very good, I think she's just like she's slowly going down. And the same thing with Kazuya. I think I wish Kazuya could be more higher, but it's just not quite often I will see Kazuya's very much. Only average, not like a good amount, but average I will see him. Same thing with Lars and Steve. But Horong, man, I do see a lot of Horongs, but it's not like all the time. All right. But I would say average these three are the ones that, or these four, I see a lot when it comes to rank. And of course, casuals as well. Now, good amount. I think this is very good. Leo. It's only a good amount I will see him. Same thing with June. Sadly for Victor, like he was very popular in the beginning, but again, he really dropped off a lot. Same thing with Feng. I think Feng is pretty good character. He's up there. I think people do play him. Same thing with Xiao Yu, but I feel like Xiao Yu is more where people do play her very much. Now, for once in a while, yes, we do have all these characters, but it's very unfortunate that, yes, I have played Paul and Law, and I could consider them a little bit more higher, but it's just, once again, you know what? I think I should, because I think with Kuma, like, I don't see much of the bears, like, very much. It's only, again, once in a while. But I think for these top 5 right here, you do see them, especially with Eliza, because she has her chainsaws, and as we all know, they are kind of OP. If you do not know what to do with him, of course, but I think she is up there. Same thing with Lee. I think Lee is a little bit hard of a character to understand. I think Claudio, I think he's very easy, but it's very unfortunate I don't see a lot of people playing him. But the same thing with Law and Paul. I thought these two would be very popular because they are duels, of course, like just rivals with each other. But unfortunately, they're not very popular when it comes to me playing online. And then finally, we have the Harleys, or never played very much. So yeah, unfortunately, Jax. I do run into Jax quite often, but it's only like one time, and that's it. And that's pretty much it for my Jack experience. Same thing with Leroy, Panda. Even though I feel like maybe Panda could be a little bit lower because I don't see very much. You know what? I think I should. There you go. I think Panda should be down here because again, I have seen, or I have fought against Nina's and Oscar as well. But once again, like once they're there, they're there. And after I finish the match, that's it. Like I don't see them at all anymore, which is very unfortunate. But I think these top 4 are very good. But unfortunately, yeah, you never see them. And then sadly for the last 3 right here, I think these are the 3 characters I hardly or I've never seen very much when it comes to Tekken 8 online. But I think that's my list right there, guys. Pretty simple. Yes, I could go into every specific detail for all these characters, but I think this is my list. And if you guys want to make your own list, leave it down in the comments below. I would love to hear your list to know how many characters you have fought against when it comes to rank and casual matches. Because of course it's Tekken 8. Finally, we got very good online so everybody can enjoy the Tekken 8 experience. But especially for me, coming from a casual and getting into Tekken 8 and trying to get better, it's a lot about it. It has been a lot of fun. Like, I'm really liking the online, but once you see those terrible connections, of course, and mostly Wi-Fi connections, can be a little bit rough sometimes. But overall, guys, this is my list. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like if you want to see more tier lists or if you want to see more Tekken 8 content. And as well, subscribe to the channel for more fighting games as well. But as always, keep on playing Game for Life, guys. See you later.